Hello. I felt like doing a Facebook Live. Here I am. I felt inspired. Don't see anyone yet. But I was thinking about talking about a few books. You know, I'm in the middle of my 6-week support group, and we got into a conversation this past Wednesday about the best relationship books out there. So I just pulled them from the shelf. I thought I would tell people about them because they've been so incredibly helpful in my journey to finding love, being a single person when I was single. You know, I was getting really scared that I was never gonna find my partner, my soulmate. I did, which is a miracle in and of itself, but these books really helped me on that journey. So, you know, we all have like these different, hi Norma, hey Jimmy. We all have these different attachment styles, right? And it comes a lot from our family of origin. We have nervous attachment styles where we go into a relationship and we're really freaking out. We get super anxious and hypervigilant. Other people start a relationship and they're like very casual about it. This book explains all of that. It's called Attached. And I see that it's backwards when I hold it up. That stinks. What do I do about that? How do I make this not backwards? Anyone? Attached. Does anyone know how to make this not upside down? No? All right. Anyway, this book is super cool because it talks about all the different attachment styles. So there's anxious, there's avoidant, there's secure. So anxious is people are often preoccupied with their relationship and tend to worry about their partner's ability to love them back. The other type is avoidant. People equate intimacy with a loss of independence and constantly try to minimize closeness. You know, those people who always run away from intimacy or ghost you, they may be avoidant personalities. There are a lot of these. Hey Norma, good to see you. I've encountered some avoidance in my time, and because I'm an anxious attacher, this book says, avoid the avoidant. Whatever you do, avoid the avoidant person because they trigger us anxious attachers. So someone who's not into calling you, not into texting, not into staying in contact in the day-to-day, if you're an attachment person who is anxious, like me, you start to totally bug out. And it sends you into low self-esteem or self-doubt and like obsessive thinking. Can anyone relate to this? Have you experienced this? Because you might be an anxious attacher. And, you know, I see a lot of people in my practice and in my group who are like really perplexed about why they have these tendencies. Like, why do I get attached to unavailable people? Why do I get so anxious every time I start an intimate relationship and freak out? Well, you're probably an anxious attachment style. Others are like, why do I always run away from relationships? You may be an avoidant. So the third type is secure. People feel comfortable with intimacy and are usually warm and loving. The secure type. Now, secure types match very well with anxious attachment types because they're reassuring. Like my current partner is a secure attacher. He grew up in a very healthy family, actually in Italy, where they are all about attachment. And his whole culture is really, they really just revere like attachment and tight relationships. So he's been a very good match for me, unlike certain avoidants I've been with who I just constantly felt super anxious with. So definitely check out this book. Who knows how to make this not backwards? Anyone? Can you say in the comments? Do you know how I can make this not backwards? Let me know if you guys know. Bring them on camera. Oh, thanks, Norma. Keep up the good work, she says. So yeah, read Attached. If you're really confused about why you behave the way you do in relationships and you want to stop choosing the wrong people, read Attached. It's by Amir Levine, MD, and Rachel Heller. Okay, that's my top recommendation if you're single and experiencing this, okay? Check out Attached. Amazon. So when I was single, I heard this girl speak at a meeting once, and she was talking about this book that changed her life. And she said that it fixed her codependency, it had her find the right partner, and she couldn't believe it actually worked for her. Calling in the One. It's upside down. I still can't get it right side up. But anyway, it's called Calling in the One. And this is one of the best books you could possibly read if you're single and you're freaking out that you might never find the right partner for you. This book is so reassuring, and it's kind of cheesy. It's called Calling in the One. But it ends up really being about getting in touch with yourself and finding out your deeper desires and what really makes you happy and what really turns you on. And it clears the way for obstacles that have been holding you back from finding love. And I find people in my group, for example, we all have these defenses. We have ways of pushing love away that we're not even aware of. And, just to name a few, we withdraw or shut down. We under-earn, we have fear of success. A lot of people don't realize the connection between fear of success and under-earning in our lives with fear of intimacy. I was explaining this in my group last week, my 6-week group last Wednesday, that the way intimacy relates, our intimacy issues relate to our fear of success and playing small in our lives, is that, think about it, if you're more successful, you are going to have more clients, you're going to have more visibility, you're going to have more responsibilities, and all of that becomes very intimate, and it can be really scary. And we know this on a subconscious level, that the implication of greater success is that we will have to be more social. And knowing that can keep us under earning. It can keep us, like, let's say I'm an administrative assistant and I feel like I'm not making enough money, but I have intimacy issues and I'm really scared about socializing. How am I going to have the courage to work my way up the corporate ladder and make more money and have more success if I am paralyzed with social phobia or social fears? And so see how that keeps you in the under earning state? So yeah, it can really keep us stuck in playing small. So these are some of the ways that we're defended, and this book gets into that. But it's amazing when you go on Amazon and if you read the reviews of this book, there's like thousands and thousands of people who have read this book and said that within a few months of reading this book, they found their soulmate. And I experienced that after reading this book. Within 6 months, I got together with my current partner. So it's kind of crazy. It really does work. But it's funny, it gets you in with that promise of like finding the one, but then you find out the one is really you. That if you love yourself, you actually attract the one. You attract the person who you dream of being with, because you yourself become a more whole person by working on yourself. So it's pretty amazing. Calling in the One, definitely read this. And then the last book I want to tell you about is if you're in a relationship, this should be required reading for anyone who wants a healthy relationship or is in a relationship. Read this book immediately. It explains, it's called Getting the Love You Want. it explains all of the reasons why you argue, why you fight, why you have these power struggles that come out of nowhere. It explains it all. And this guy, Harville Hendricks, and his wife, Helen Hunt, they're both PhDs in psychology, and they have 5 kids, and they wrote this book, and this book actually became a psychotherapy approach called imago therapy, where a therapist will work with you and use these tools and these exercises from this book. And it totally transforms your relationship. My partner and I have both read this book now, and we started the exercises. And one of the first exercises is so cool. Every couple should do this, and I want to read every couple's vision here. So you create what's called a relationship vision, and together you work on this. It's like an hour-long project that you work on together as a couple. And together you funnel in what you want out of the relationship. You funnel it into this final list of like what you want to have in your relationship. For example, this couple is called your relationship vision. This couple said, number 1, we have fun together. Number 2, we settle our differences peacefully. Number 3, we have satisfying and beautiful sex. Number 4, we are healthy and physically active. Number 5, we communicate easily and openly. And so, they have like 20 things here that they put on their relationship vision. And you're supposed to commit to once a week working on these exercises in this Getting the Love You Want. And it takes about 3 months to get through it if you're a really busy couple, which most people are. But already we've done like the first couple exercises, and it's been transformative. Like as soon as we started writing these visions for our relationship, immediately the vision started coming true. Like the next day, it motivated us to do things that we hadn't done. Like we've planned a vacation we're taking next weekend. We started a business together, Family Circle, which is now on my website, intimacities.com, where together we are intending to meet with families and use a circling technique, not so unsimilar from imago therapy, where we help families reconnect and have better communication through exercises that we do and this training that we do in a few weeks with families. So this is an incredible book. This is the singular best book I've ever read about relationships. So yeah, Amazon, Getting the Love You Want. You want to get the revised edition. It's totally amazing. And it will answer all of those questions you've had about why was I like that in this relationship, or why was this person like that in this relationship. It clears it all up, and then it gives you very practical tools to start working on your stuff together if you're both willing to do that. So I just wanted to give you these recommendations. These are amazing, amazing books, and I highly recommend them. Again, it is attached. Wish it wasn't backwards, but can you kind of make it out? Attached. Amazing. Calling in the One by Catherine Woodward Thomas. Calling in the One. And when you order this on Amazon, look at the comments. You will not believe how many thousands of people found the one by reading this book, myself included. So thirdly, Getting the Love You Want, totally incredible, required reading for anyone in a relationship. So amazing, and definitely you want to do the exercises at the end that are so incredible, starting with the relationship vision that you have for yourselves as a couple is like really cool. So that's it. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back with some more tips another day.